Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. This week's project is a Wormy Ash bowl. It's from the Dale Nish collection at Craft Supplies. This was a fun one. It was nice and easy to turn, and I even added a little something to it a little bit later in the video. Here I'm just using the old trusty 5/8 inch bowl gouge from Thompson Tools. Okay, if you guys haven't noticed by now, I think I have a little bit of ADD. I get hyper-focused on starting the project, and then forget minor little things like taking off my ring. And here you get a nice view of my arm, because let's be honest, that's what you tuned in for. I just need to do a quick shout out to my subscribers. We're up over 200 now. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate every one of you. In this scene, I start using a chisel to get rid of some of the punky spots from the wormholes. And then it takes me a minute, but I finally realize that there's an easier way. Now I'm using a pneumatic 1/4 inch air die grinder with a grinding burr attachment that I'm pretty sure I got from Harbor Freight, but I can't locate it now, so I have no idea. And then, as they say, by the magic of television, it's full of resin now. When I filled this with resin, I wasn't very comfortable with my resin process quite yet, so I didn't film that part of it. Besides, any resin tutorial that I could give you is going to be nothing compared to what Zach Higgins over at NV Woodwerks can give you. I will put a link to his channel in the description below, but I'm pretty sure you've already heard of him. In this scene, I'm using my Easywood Tools mid-sized easy finisher. I find it's easier to work with resin with this negative rake carbide cutter on it. I find there's way less chip out than using a traditional tool. I'm not saying that doesn't have its place, but for me, this is what works. Here, I'm just forming the recess for the chuck. Now I'm just taking a couple light passes along the outside of the bowl to make sure it's how I want it. Just a couple last finishing touches. And then we're on to sanding. I use this sanding block of sorts so I can make sure it's a nice even finish along the side. And then I'm just filling a couple of holes with CA glue. Now for the Mylands sanding sealer. And then the Yorkshire Grit. And then the Yorkshire Grit Microfine. . And then I decided to try some mineral oil so I could use this with the micro mesh sanding pads so it would shine up the resin really nice. And then I run through all of the grits from 1500 to 12,000. And now finally for the inside of the bowl. Once again, I'm using the 5/8 inch bowl gouge from Thompson Tools. Taking the wood out of the inside of the bowl didn't take very long at all. And it helps when the camera angle is just so that my shoulder is in the way for the majority of it, so you didn't get to see a lot of it. So now we're back to sanding. Some more Mylands sanding sealer. Yorkshire Grit. Yorkshire Grit Microfine. And then once again running through all of the grits of the micro mesh pads to give the resin a nice shine. So there you have it, one Wormy Ash bowl. Kind of weird, kind of cool. I really like how it turned out though, and I hope you do too. Thank you as always to my subscribers. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. And also while you're at it, leave me a comment. Stay awesome, everyone. Love to all.